What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to be discussing something that I feel, in my opinion, can very much be argued. But before I actually get into that, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel for more videos like this, because there will be more videos like this, as I promise to have, all content on this channel. It doesn't have to be just movies and TV shows alone. All content. Make sure you guys hit that little notification bell so that way it is turned on and you're alerted whenever I'm uploading a video or doing a live stream. And please leave a like at the end of this video. Now, with that being said, let's get straight into the topic, because this one happens to be trending currently right now, and it's big in my mind because I can't wrap my head around this situation. So we all know that the NBA is classified as a profession. Now, just because it's a sport that is being played doesn't mean that it's still not a job, because they are very much getting paid to show up and play. They're getting paid to go to practices, etc. So it is classified as a profession. So you must be professional. And the league felt that, Amir Johnson's actions during a playoff game in which he was checking on the status of his sick daughter wasn't professional. Now, as I said, this kind of situation could be argued whether if it was, believable or non-believable. Now, here is why I feel it was an arguable situation. Now, as I said, this is a profession, meaning this person in front of you, Amir Johnson, who is clearly wearing, the team's little warm-up suit, meaning he never was active to play in this game. Now, as I said, this is a profession, meaning this man is going to work. He's not having his child or his wife or his pet with him while he is at work. They're at home. Now, mind you, as I said, he was checking on the status of his sick daughter, meaning he wants to know, what's going on. He wants to be in the loop. But at the same time, he is at work. And when you're at work, you're not allowed to have cell phones present. That is just, common sense, basically, if you want to put it like that. It's common sense, because I, for one, do have a sister who tends to, check up on her kids while she's at work, but only when she's available to do so, during like a coffee break or something, or a lunch break, etc. During breaks only. That is when she is able to, send a text message, not a call. So that much I can understand. Now, as I said, the point that I don't get with this fine is the fact that, he is not an active player. He plays a supporting role. Now, this role that he plays is not too dominant, He comes in if, like, something was to happen to Joel Embiid. I believe he is a third string backup, But as I said, he's only probably subject to play if something was to happen to their star player. Then that's when he'll be needed. But other than that, he is just sitting there, not doing anything on the bench, probably talking to the towel boy or the water boy or something like that, or just sitting there twiddling his thumbs, But the key point is he's not doing anything. And the league decided to fine him for having his phone out for about, a couple of seconds to check up on a text message. As you can see in the thumbnail in this background right here of this video, if I zoom in, you can clearly see that this isn't like some kind of social media, interface that you see. This is clearly a text message. Now, you also have Joel Embiid looking down, at the phone with him. Now, the situation was only involving Amir Johnson. Now, Joel Embiid could very much receive a fine, maybe a couple days later, depending on how the league views this. But currently, they're viewing it as, a disrespectful manner. He was not allowed to have his phone out, and, they were pretty much approaching him, like, we're going to have to deal with this situation. So there's also, a statement from Elton Brand, who is the general manager. He says, I have addressed that matter with Amir directly, and he understands why his actions were unacceptable. We are moving forward towards, focusing now on game 2. So, they talked it out, Elton Brand to Amir Johnson. Amir Johnson understands that, this was wrong and it won't happen again. It won't happen again. So that is the situation. It's wrapped up there. But they also talked to Joel Embiid during the press conference after the game. And he kind of just says, he's checking up on his daughter. She was sick, yada, 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 Whether if the league believes him or not, whether they think he's associated with the matter, we'll find out in a couple of days, apparently. Now, they also spoke to the head coach, Brett Brown, and he says this: having your phone out during a game is completely unacceptable, and that the team would deal with it internally very soon. So, that's just ensuring that he will be fined for this kind of manner that took place. And that is all that you can see right here. There's nothing else to really say about, what happened with the head coach and the general manager. They are very well, attending to the matter. Now, is this going to cost him hugely is the question, But anyway, the very fine that they're taking away from this man could very much been used towards, some kind of operation or medicine for his daughter. And this, I feel, is wrong. This man is not playing, ladies and gentlemen. He's not doing anything but just sitting there on a bench. Now, of course, he's still getting paid, but he's just sitting there. He's not doing anything. So you mean to tell me that something severe has to happen to, his daughter during a game in which he's not doing anything and he can't check up on them? That is wrong, in my opinion. Now, I will put myself in his shoes, excuse me. Now, God forbid me for all this, but say, for example, if I had a child, whether if it was a daughter or a son, or a sick wife, sick family member, grandpa, grandma, mother, father, sister, brother, whatever this situation is, I'm currently at work, but they're clinging on to life, and this is, a serious matter. You can't tell me that I can't talk to them. I can't check up on his situation. Now, this man wasn't checking on his Twitter status. He wasn't checking Facebook. He wasn't seeing who unfollowed him on Instagram. He was checking a text message. This message could have been coming from, the wife, the mother of the child, or very much from the doctor. You guys will not know until it is actually confirmed, Maybe they go through his phone and see what they find. But as I said, this is an arguable situation because of the matter at hand. Now, as I said, I would put myself in this person's shoes, So that means I have to sit there and be notified at the end of the game, God forbid that someone passed away and I wasn't able to, say my last goodbyes or FaceTime this person to see them one last time. That shit is cold as fuck. And I don't care, who likes this video or dislike this video. I just felt like, I'm in between with this situation. It's hard for me to manage it in my own mind. How could the league take money from him for checking up on his sick daughter? That's crazy. That is so crazy. And yes, a lot of people are going to keep telling me, Barry, at the end of the day, you know, this is still considered a job, and being on your phone is unprofessional. Yes, I get it. I understand it. But if he's not doing nothing active with the team, he should have, access to his phone for emergencies only. Now, here's what I would do in that kind of situation. Of course, I'm not in the situation, but here's how I would approach it if I were in this situation. You know what? I'm going to need my phone on me for emergencies only. So I'm going to go to my coach. I'm going to go to my manager, and we're going to sit down and we're going to have a meeting. I'm going to tell him, my son or my daughter, they're in bad shape, clinging on to life, whether true or false, just for the situation. You know what? I need this phone active just in case they need to call me and say goodbye or something like that, or if they need to call me in and rush me to the hospital, or they need some money or something like that. I need this phone active. I got to sit down with the coach and my player manager, whatever you call the person that takes care of you, if I have to sit down and have a meeting with, the staff and coaching and all that, let's do that. And if we have to take it to a higher being, let's take it up to Adam Silver, because I'm going to sit down with him and I'm going to tell him, listen, I got a daughter, I got a son, I got a mother, father, whatever the situation may be. I have a sick family member and I have to be available. And this is what I want to have active. A phone set only for emergency text messages. I'm not going to be checking Twitter. I'm not going to be on Facebook. I'm not going to be on Instagram. I'm not going to be on Google Play downloading games. Simple as that. This is for emergencies only. Can I at least have this? If I'm not getting playing time, can I at least have this? Can I at least be able to text my daughter, text my son, text my mom, text my father, text my grandmother, text my grandpa, text my cousin? You know what I'm saying? Like this is a situation, as I said, once again, can be argued. And I feel like, we should start an argument and make it go viral, because this was a bad situation. Once again, I do understand and well aware that this is a professional, and having your phone out isn't being very professional. But this was a situation that, was unexpected by the team. Only person that knew this situation was Amir Johnson himself, because this is his current situation that he's in. Now, him, pulling out the phone, telling Joel Embiid. Now, of course, that's like, yeah, bro, you shouldn't be pulling me into this situation because you can very much get in trouble. But at this point in time, Amir Johnson probably felt, this is something very serious. If I have to leave, I'm going to leave. So let me tell you what's going on, and then maybe Joel Embiid could pull a coach aside and tell him, what, Amir Johnson's having, some trouble with a family issue, like his daughter is very sick and he might have to bounce after this game or something like that, or during the game. This is something important. As I said, once again, he's not playing. He's still in the pre-warm-up, fully, shirt and pants. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have the hoodie on. Maybe it was too hot for him or whatever, but you understand that he was fully dressed still in pre-warm-up clothes. He didn't have on his uniform. He wasn't present in the game. He wasn't playing. He wasn't doing anything. He sat there on the bench. He's been sitting on the bench, Like, why couldn't he look at his phone for a couple seconds to respond back to a text? Why should he get that news after the game? I'm not saying that something, literally happened after the game, but I'm just saying, far as like an example, why should, the game have to be fully over for me to use my phone? Oh, yeah, how's my daughter doing? Oh, she passed. Yeah, I was at a game and I couldn't answer my fucking phone. That shit was wrong, bro. That shit was so wrong. And as I said, I feel like we should argue it. So let me know in the comment section how you guys feel about this situation and what you would do. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.